Mm, mm, mm.
Hey, what's going on, everybody out there? This your boy Berto, your host of the 95 North Falcons Talk Show. Man, I got my boy Chris Tipmore and
What it do?
E-Rob, Eric Robinson of ESPN. We are the 95 North Sports Machine. Missing in action right now. Hopefully he can join us in a little bit later. Is our brother in arms, Antoine Smitty Smith, man. Hopefully he can join us soon, man. Smitty, if you're watching, we'll hold down the fort for you until you get here, man. But
Yes,
in the
sir.
meantime, we got some stuff to talk about, man. It's week 12, man. God damn,
Week
week 12
12,
already,
baby.
fellas,
Season
man.
has flown by.
It is.
Oh,
Oh, man, it's unbelievable, man. 7 more games, and then that's it, back into the misery and rut that the winter hours
yep.
bring for
Woo,
a lot of
boy.
us fans. But we hope to play in January, but we'll discuss that as always. But let me treat y'all to the
Right.
best intro out there. So we'll see y'all back in 20 seconds. Yes, everybody. What's going on? E-Rob, man, how you doing, man? It's been a while.
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. Thanksgiving is here. It's time to eat a little bit, kick up the feet and unwind and relax and maybe head out on Black Friday, throw a couple elbows,
Oh, why not?
push some
Oh,
people out the way. You know what I'm
Let's
saying?
do
It's
it.
that time of the year, man.
Get,
It's that time of the
get
year. How
game
y'all
ready.
feel?
Hell yeah, man.
Game
Hell
ready,
yeah,
baby.
brothers. Before we do, man, Chris, man, we are standing upon greatness. So we're in the presence of greatness right here, man.
Indeed.
E-Rob, man, shout out to you, my
Oh,
brother,
man.
man. This had graced
He really
the timeline on Twitter, and it's
he
only
really
fair
Salute
that
to
you
you.
get your flowers,
he
my
really
friend,
got it.
man.
He
Man,
really got
brother,
it.
we appreciate everything that you do, man. Keep
Just a
taking that
guy from
baton
South
as far as
Carolina,
you
man.
can, man. Absolutely, brother, man. I look up
Just
to
a
you. I
guy
really
from South
appreciate your
Carolina.
work, man. It's a
I
blessing that you're
appreciate that.
here doing
I
with us,
appreciate
man.
that.
But congratulations on that, man.
I appreciate that. That was I picked up some extra work last summer on Sports Center during the downtime of the year when sports, it was literally right after the draft, right before NFL training camps. So just contributing to Sports Center, and when you do that, you're a part of that particular team as well. Sports Center won an Emmy for Outstanding Studio Show, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm a plaque. So, but
There you go.
I'm looking for bigger and better things, man. Like that's a real big accomplishment, and I'm happy for it. But I already mentally put it behind me. Like, all right, cool, on to the next.
On to the
On to the
next. I
next.
love it,
Get some
man. I
more
love
ones.
it.
Love that, man. Yes,
Yep,
I
sir.
love it.
appreciate that.
Before we dig in any further, man, let's give a quick shout out to the chat, man, because they're always
Who's
very
that?
supportive. And we have Marina in first here tonight, man.
Salute
Appreciate you
to
tuning
you.
into the stream. Jamal D, RJ ATL for life, King Atlanta supporter. Let's go. Miss Francis Hunt Washington. Chet Ubeka is in the building. C Double, the
In the
wrestling god,
building.
is in the building.
Yes, sir.
So definitely thank you guys for tuning in tonight, man. Week 12, like I mentioned, it's hate week, it's rivalry week, it's
Oh,
Roddy
yeah.
White in somebody's face. Well, it used to be Roddy White. But
Right.
now it's just, these Falcons versus these darn goddamn ain't. So previewing this matchup right quick. E-Rob, we're coming off a bye. Much has been said by Coach Arthur Smith in the presser leading to, he wasn't going to play musical chairs with the quarterback position, but lo and
Mm-hmm.
behold, we kicking the tires
Mm-hmm.
right back on Desmond
Mm-hmm.
Ritter. Your expectations going forward, and what did you think about Taylor Heineke? Because also, he didn't really do much to separate himself in this
Nope.
competition. So
Right.
we're back to Desmond Ritter. So your thoughts on the
Everybody want
I
on this, please.
honestly, I feel the move is made because of Heineke's health and not necessarily to play. Because as you stated, Heineke did not necessarily separate himself, but I didn't think Heineke showed enough in essentially what, two halves,
it. Yeah.
basically one game
basically.
for the most part. I
Mhm.
didn't think he showed enough to say, okay, we need to go back to the original starter. I think that was just a situation where, you know, the game plan was not working, especially in the past game at least, and he got injured. And I don't think he lost the job. I think it was just given back to him it was given back to Ritter because of the injury. But at this point, man, you're going. This is not great news to be in week 12 and you're switching back to another starter. Most teams that are at the top of the league right now, and they've had one guy in place for 12 weeks now. The fact that you've gone from starter to backup to starter in the span of 3 games, maybe roughly
3-4 games.
That's not good. That's not good at all. That just shows you don't necessarily have that position figured out.
Thank you.
That's very, very unfortunate, man. Very unfortunate. For one, I thought that Taylor Heineke could make a little bit of noise within this system. Just the small glimpses that we saw in Tennessee kind of gave me a little bit more hope.
Right.
That game against Tennessee was very rough for the interior. And then we started noticing the defense shift a little bit once Taylor Heineke came in. The lighter boxes, the run game kind of took off a little bit more. Some of the passing lanes opened up. And that's exactly what we all kind of wanted to see, something to that degree. But again, back now to Ridder. Hopefully Ridder had that man in the mirror moment where he says, okay, it's time to really fix up these woes, these problems. But what can you really fix in 2 weeks' time? That's the tough part. That's the toughest part to analyze, man.
Here's the problem that a lot of people may not actually see is the fact that we know the issues with Ridder. Now, could they have been cleaned up in, that little time span that he had on the sideline? I'm not quite sure. I will say this. The Saints are tied for 6th in the NFL in takeaways. They're 2nd in the NFC in that same category. So this is a team that knows how to get extra possessions for their offense. And you're putting him back in. It's not as if he's going back in a week where it's like, okay, you know what? This could definitely be a get-right opponent. He's going back as the starter against an opponent that feeds off, his biggest flaw, his biggest red flag. That's concerning. That really is. So we'll see if it's able to be cleaned up. I'll be honest with you, not quite optimistic that it is, and I would not be surprised if we had a couple of turnovers in this game, because this is a Saints defense. I know it's the rival. I know we supposed to hate the Saints, but they know how to take the ball away. They know how to take the ball. They've had their last game, their last outing against Minnesota was the only game all year they did not force a turnover.
Yeah. And they have, they have a ball hog over there in Paulson Adedabo, man. 4 takeaways thus far this year. Still an opportunistic defense overall. Still, they lack in the sack department. I think Carl Granderson is probably their sack leader right now. So I think he has 5. They create some havoc, some fits. Maybe it could be in the term "get right" for the offensive line, because that now we see, okay, Ridder's back, and what has Ridder made this offense look like? He's made this whole offensive line look like they've taken a step back. 25 sacks under his for him being under the center. So now back to him. How does the philosophy change? This could be the get back game. Like I mentioned, they don't create a lot of havoc up front. They don't have a standout pass rusher. Even Cam Jordan, as elite as he has been, he only has 2 sacks on the year, so it's a very, very down year for him. So I think this could be a game that we can get right in certain areas to catapult whatever Arthur Smith game plan going forward, because he has 7 games. That's all he has.
And that's the thing. We look at this team. We look at a lot of the opponents that they played this season. You go into the game thinking what the game plan may actually be. Now, I gave you that particular statistic there, that they're 6th in the league in takeaways. They're 20th in the league in run defense. They've given up over 100 rushing yards in 8 of 10 games that they played. Now, I'm not, it's not rocket science, but
run that ball.
I've kind of sort of given you the formula as far as
run that
what
ball,
we should see.
Facts,
a team
man.
that takes the ball away. You're putting a quarterback in the game that is 2nd in the league in turnovers, and it's a defense that cannot stop the run.
Yeah.
I don't know what else you need to do to spell it out anymore, but we'll see. We've had games like that so far this year where it looks obvious for Arthur Smith, and he's treated as if it's not quite obvious. And I'm still puzzled by a number of those games, but we'll see.
Yeah, to your point, I would like to see a lot of I say Tyler Algier, see some more Cordero Patterson. Of course, we're going to see Bijan Robinson, but I want to pound the Saints. I want to pound them straight up the middle, man. Smash mouth style, kind of similar to how we was doing with Tampa. Do kind of similar the same way, just smash mouth them and get them tired, and then in the second half they'll be all ours. They'll really be all ours, I believe so.
Yeah, with that too, like, going a little bit more into this run game and stuff like that, to reestablish that, you got to get Tyler Algier back to that 1,000 rushing yard where he had for us last year. We cannot forget that we have this bruiser at running back. He doesn't have the breakaway speed that the Bijan Robinson offers you, and that's fine. But those tough, crucial yards, those 3, 4, 5 yards, he's money on that, man. The guy gains 3 and 4 yards just falling forward, man. The kid's he's a load to bring down,
and he breaks many tackles.
He breaks many tackles
as well as Cordero. And sure. I'm sure you guys remember the last time Cordero played this team at home. Those guys in the season opener last year, they were ready to make business decisions in the second quarter. They didn't want to tackle Cordero.
Nope.
They were, especially
Honey coming at you.
Anybody that have wanted, he didn't want anything to do with Cordero Patterson. But you've got they're all healthy now. Like, you had a bye week to kind of sort of treat your wounds a little bit. Now they're all 100%. Bijan, or they're as close to 100% as they probably could be at this stage of the season. Yeah. So you have a healthy stable behind a quarterback that is still, having plenty of question marks. I mean, again, I don't know what else you need to do in this game. Right. If they don't run the ball collectively, if they don't run the ball 30 or more,
right,
we got a major problem. Like a big issue.
Yeah, that's right. And we got to keep them off the field too, because we do have a top-ranked defense, and as far as opposing passing yards. And these guys, the Saints, they pass the ball like the third most in the league, if I'm not mistaken. And then also, as far as yards go, they're 11th in the league. So they like to pass the ball. And I believe that, if we don't keep them off the field, they're going to make our defense tired. So that just goes more to your point about run the darn ball, man. Get back to what we were supposed to be this year anyway, being the one of the top 3 rushing attacks last year, and we're not even there right now. It's just run the ball, man. Get it back to where we should be.
This is the perfect. This may be the perfect setting for Arthur Smith wanting to get back to the nature that he wants this offense to play under anyway. You wanted them to be a physical team. You wanted to run the football. You wanted to have your scheme pretty much structured around a run game. This is the outing to do it. And this can't be a week where Ritter is throwing the ball 35, 40 times. I mean, if it does, then
we're in trouble.
I'm scared. They're in trouble.
That's a fact. And and here's the thing: New Orleans is notorious for allowing the big plays to the tight ends. And we just so happen to have 2 pretty decent tight ends. I have to say decent because a lot of people will say it's underwhelming of what we have seen with Kyle Pitts. What can Arthur do? What do you think he has reassessed in this during this bye to finally get Kyle Pitts to get going, man? We're still waiting on a breakout game. This brother hasn't had a 100-yard game since 2021, maybe, if I'm not mistaken. It's been a long time.
He had 3, and he had 3 that season.
Yeah, it's been a while. I mean, we're showing. I mean, geez, Jonnu Smith has proven to be, a steal of a 7th rounder here. When we traded for him this year from New England, he's put in work. But we're not getting the same things out of our, former 4th overall pick. So it's very frustrating, man. So what can you see? Or what do you see as a potential matchup situation where Kyle Pitts has the advantage? As I mentioned, the linebacker's a suspect for New Orleans. I know they have all-world Demario Davis over there, but he's not the Demario Davis of old. He's not going to run and cover you 20 yards down the field. He's very much in between the numbers now. He's relegated to that now. But Kyle Pitts going into this game, what do you see the outcome?
I think in this particular, one thing's for sure, I need to see less of him lining up in line, because this is kind of sort of what the Saints want. They want to see him in line. They want to test his physicality, because if you guys remember when he got drafted, one of the first things that Cam Jordan said was, he's a little light in the butt.
We're
going to try to get after him. We're going to try to be physical with him. So that's one thing that they already view him as at this point. Right. So lining him up in line, and we all know, the three of us know, the Falcons fans know that, while Kyle Pitts is a great talent, blocking is not his thing. That's so lining him up in line and forcing him to run block against guys like Cam Jordan it's not a recipe for success, in my opinion. I think you have to kind of sort of force a situation where you're putting guys like Pete Warner, who is very good runner. Pete Warner and Demario Davis, very good run defenders, but you have to make them play in space.
Right.
And I would like that matchup in those one-on-ones with his speed, with his ability, his catchability against a guy like Pete Warner in space. So you have to you have to be able to be flexible with that. The one thing that I've always wanted to see from Arthur Smith when it came to utilizing Kyle Pitts is I absolutely love the way Andy Reid uses Travis Kelce in the red zone. And if you look at the number of touchdowns that Travis Kelce has scored over the years, I want you to pay attention to how many he actually scores inside the 20. There's plays, there's formations that are drawn up exclusively for him in the money zone. And I would like to see that more. I don't know if you guys I know it's something that you want to stay away from as a coach. Have we even seen one fade route?
Haven't seen it.
Not for no.
Haven't seen it. Talk about it.
Nobody.
It is the hardest route to cover in football, and we have these towers: Drake London, Mac Hollins, Kyle Pitts.
Not one.
Why
and
not?
No one, and none of those guys can stay with Kyle Pitts anyway. Either gonna be too big or too fast.
I mean, just even if it falls incomplete, so be it. But I haven't seen one. Not one where you're putting your guys in a position, or you're putting a defender in a position to try to out rebound Kyle Pitts or Drake London. Haven't seen one.
And we've seen that you can't do that anywhere against the Panthers. Right? He boxed out a homeboy and said, "Let me get that." So
So I mean, it's one of those things you have to. I know he's talented. You got to put him in positions to win. There are certain times where Kyle Pitts is just going to walk onto the field and he's going to win his certain one-on-ones. But as a play caller, as an offensive-minded head coach that you are, you got to put your guy in position to be successful as well.
Right. Indeed, man.
Joining us is Smitty. Can you hear us, Smitty?
Smitty coming in?
Oh, you're there, my good man.
He's bouncing in and out. I think he's just having some connection issues right now. So it's great. You spoke on the Andy Reid situation, how he uses Travis Kelce. A lot of isolation routes. You can just tell where he's attacking the weakness on the opposing defense, which it's hey, this game is checkers, man. It's your next move is your best move. So
you know what? I want out for those that watch film, I want you to look how many option routes per game Travis Kelce runs. Like literally every route he runs is up to his discretion as far as where he wants to go with the ball. And it's just the timing that is what makes the connection between Mahomes and him. Truly, like he's not running big routes. He's not sticking his foot in the ground at the top of the top of the break. I'm sorry, but he's not doing any of that. He's freelancing. He's gauging off the defense, and that's what he's doing. And I feel like why not have a guy like Kyle Pitts do something like that? Get his athleticism in space.
That leads into another set of small questions in between this reset, and Arthur Smith. I came across this article on Bleacher Report where actually some writer from Bleacher Report was quoted on saying things that the Falcons can do to help the season, the rest of the season going forward. One of them is having Arthur Smith give up the play calling duties going forward, and for me. It's exactly. It's not going to happen. And B, there's nobody else established enough on the staff. There's nobody. I mean, Dave Ragone, man, we've thrown him under the bus and then some because, of what he has thrust upon, onto the squad. There's really nobody else after him. You're not going to rely on football analyst Matt Schaub. He's just getting into that role. TJ Yates is your wide receivers coach. He has no experience. And there's a guy on here on the staff that I don't know if a lot of people may know. I believe his name is Patrick Kramer, and he's an offensive assistant. He was in Notre Dame for 3 years, but he was more the quarterback's coach and just breaking down certain alignments that the defense will show to help the quarterback in passing lanes and passing situations. He doesn't have any NFL pedigree right now. Just being on here. That's it. Just being on the Falcons.
Can we say this? And this might be a hot take from us. Can we say that he shouldn't be the play caller in 2024?
Should not be the play caller in 2024. All in agreement. Say aye.
The coach next year.
Hell yeah.
Me and Smitty was talking about this. I believe
Yes.
if he's still the coach next year, he will not be calling the plays. Dave Ragone most likely going to be gone, and then you're going to bring in an actual offensive coordinator and just tell him just coach the team, brother.
If that's what you're going to do, that's the direction. And this is something that I'm kind of sort of looking at Arthur Blank to do. If you're making that call in 2024, I feel as an owner, you need to be a little assertive and say, hey, give up the play sheet. If you want to stick here in 2024, give up the play sheet. If you don't want to give up the play sheet, the door is over there.
Yeah.
Because it's do or die. And it's quite obvious that if he doesn't make the playoff this year, 2024, he absolutely has to make the playoffs. Yeah. So I'm going into a situation as the owner, I'm looking at it and saying, hey, either you make changes to the scheme, and I want to know what those changes are, or you give up the play sheet. You cannot, you can't walk into 2024 as the guy again. I can't allow it.
And he would have the hottest seat in the world.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, it's a little warm now.
It is.
Oh yeah, it's got to be.
But it'll definitely be it'll be that meme where you see the dog and all the fire around saying this is fine.
It's fine, right? It's fine.
Yeah.
And I was on Falcon Hall Live a couple weeks ago, and I said on there, I said, man, look, I need to see. I'm at a point right now where I need to see more from Arthur Blank.
Right.
I need to see you be that owner that's irritable. Like, you don't like what you're seeing. You need to make some changes. Let everybody know what needs to be done. I don't like the whole sit back and let it play out and let them handle it type thing.
Yeah.
If it ain't working, it ain't working, man. Let's just be
Rob. What Daniels got 22 games before they decided, hey, look. So I'm just saying, but they got rid of him easy, fast, up out of there. And look, they're actually winning games now.
I guarantee you the Rooney family walked up to Mike Tomlin and said, make a decision or else. I'm pretty sure when Jerry Jones is not seeing what he wants to see out there on the field offensively, he goes to Mike McCarthy and say, make a change or else. I need to see them from Arthur Blank.
Facts. And this is the most baffling part to me. You came from Tennessee, right? You had Mike Vrabel as your head coach. Yep. There's your template for success right there.
Yep.
You didn't see Mike Vrabel calling plays or anything like that. He let somebody that knew the X's and O's better than him in that department to go ahead and do it. So now this begs the question here. There's a certain somebody, Ken Dorsey, that got fired from Buffalo. As we all know, Buffalo, sure, Josh Allen's play has dipped a bit. He's not the Josh Allen of old. But we can't say, okay, that's Ken Dorsey's doing, because as a player, there's times where you take a backseat to things that used to work that no longer do work now. Ken Dorsey was money in the red zone. And what do the Falcons have a problem? Getting that freaking ball in the end zone, man. And Ken Dorsey would have been a guy that you could have maybe looked at and played with, for the rest of the year, just to see what he can get out of the Falcons going forward. What do you think?
Right. You know what? I immediately said from the jump, I'm pretty sure you guys said the same thing. Ken Dorsey was the scapegoat.
Oh,
Ken
100%.
Ken Dorsey was not the reason. He was not the reason why the Bills had offensive issues. They just needed somebody to say was guilty. It was to me, it was the Steve Sarkisian issue all over again.
Wow.
That's exactly what it is. I immediately thought about Steve Sarkisian. I'm like,
me too, man.
I looked at a stat the other day. If you look at the last 25 games of Brian Daboll and the first 25 games of Ken Dorsey as offensive coordinators, the similarities are right there. The numbers are not off.
The EPA was a little bit. Yep.
A little bit, but yards per game, points per game, red zone, all that was pretty much the same.
Yes.
It was pretty much similar, but they just need somebody to point the finger at. Now, when it comes to a guy like Ken Dorsey, bringing him in, you know what? I wouldn't mind it because he also has QB coach experience.
Yes.
So,
yes.
I'm sure you guys are in agreement with me on this, where there's probably going to be a new starter at quarterback in 2024. I will want that QB coach to be someone that's done it before and actually has to with it. No offense to Dave Ragone, but
offense to Dave Ragone.
It is offense to Dave Ragone.
But I mean, like, you don't.
He was late on my he was late on my DoorDash order. That's all I got to say.
God, man.
You don't have a ton of success as a QB's coach. Let's just be honest here. Let's call a spade a spade. So.
Sure.
I would, if you're going to bring in an OC, especially a guy like Ken Dorsey, I would not mind you bringing in a guy that also has QB coach experience, because we may very well be dealing with a rookie quarterback next year, and I'm going to need the T's crossed and the I's dotted when it comes to that, because 2024 is a critical year for this organization.
Brother, you just hit on a hot topic when you mentioned QB and the Atlanta Falcons. You made that connection. Do you see the Atlanta Falcons going rookie QB if indeed Arthur Smith is allowed back? I think that he won't. I think he'll go into the veteran pool and grab a guy from there. I do not
ready
think
for this conversation right now.
Let's do it. Hey, listen, man. Let's come on, bring it, bro, because we want to hear this.
Yeah.
We want to hear this because before you go in,
you know it's gonna get good. He had to rub his hands together. We gotta get it in.
This is what I feel, and you can correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think if Arthur Smith is going to be allowed the head coach next year, I don't think that he's going to let a rookie dictate his fate in 2024. Any leash that he may be on, he doesn't want that rookie QB being, okay, this is the reason why I'm out in Atlanta. So I feel like he's going to go into that veteran pool. Exactly. So, E-Rob, the floor is yours. We're ready for this.
There's a caveat to that.
Okay.
It depends on where they're drafting. If they have an opportunity to get a guy like Jaden Daniels, I think they may consider it. Now, if my money is, if I have to put my money on one avenue that they're going to travel down next year, I honestly feel as if they're going to go after a veteran guy. And some people may not like the name.
Don't you do it. Don't.
He finna do it. He finna do it.
Don't you?
He finna do it.
No.
Is the state that he's from real close to Atlanta?
Yeah.
Yeah, he finna go there. I do it. I knew it.
I mean, at least Georgia fans may know him. He's
boy.
I don't think Justin Fields will be a bad acquisition whatsoever. I think Justin Fields was dealt a bad hand in Chicago. I think a lot of people are overlooking the I think a lot of people are looking at I think a lot of people are glossing over the fact that last season Darnell Mooney was his number one receiver.
Yep.
I don't know how many quarterbacks would have been successful in that particular setting, especially with
the number 3 receiver to me.
He's not even a number 3 receiver in this offense that's struggling right now. He's not even a number 3 guy right now.
Yeah, he's not even in this offense.
So I mean, they shipped out Claypool and he still hasn't done anything yet.
He hasn't done God.
That's a problem. I think the Bears organization, at least the Eberflus tenure, I think they kind of sort of walked into this thing saying, hey, Fields is here, but he's not really our guy. And I don't think they've done enough to help him. And I think people just look at the record and say, oh, he is what it is. You're not looking at the circumstance surrounding it. Like, he had nobody. This is DJ Moore is really the first legitimate receiver he's had to throw to. And he's only been throwing to him for a handful of weeks. So I think a guy like Justin Fields would not. Plus, he's cheap.
Yeah,
he still have one more controllable year,
and it could be another one if you give him his 5th year option. I mean, you could give him 2 cheap years to see if this thing will work, and then move on if it doesn't. I think I would not. Sweep that under the rug. I would definitely take that into consideration.
That's if by the end of the season, hypothetically, they're even selling Justin Fields. Because, I mean, if he does well with what he has, and if they still have that number one pick just because they're losing or somewhere in that top 3, they may go get them a Marvin Harrison to put with that DJ Moore and the Justin Fields. So we also got to think, hey, we got to wait to the last game of the season to really just see where everybody's going to be. Because I was telling Smitty the same thing about Kyler Murray. I'm seeing in 2 games, Kyler look like he's back. Kyler look like he's back. And honestly, I don't see them getting rid of him if he continues to play well. So that's another thing too.
I think it's possible because of the money. Like the money is the scariest thing. That contract is man, I'm scared of that contract because it kicks in next year.
Yeah.
His base goes up to 35 next year.
35, yeah.
And that's not even including incentives. So
but think about this, Ebro.
What's
you
up?
Talking about 35, you don't want that. The top tier guy, they up at 55, 60. So you still at an elite level, not an elite level, but you still a decent pay scale, and we go up with salary cap next year. So that 35 to the Falcons earn into probably about 23, 24 cap.
I get you. I get. Is he even worth 35? That's the question. Because I can say Lamar is. I can say Burrow is.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I can say Josh Allen is. I can say Mahomes is. The one thing all those guys have in common, they all have postseason success. Kyler doesn't have that yet.
They do.
Well, I'm gonna rebuke that. I'm gonna rebuke that right quick.
What's up?
Daniel Jones worth 40 million?
No, he's not.
Hey,
no.
Not.
Okay, then.
He's not.
Okay.
We all know the Giants made a mistake with that one.
Right. They paid the wrong guy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, right. But that's what I'm saying. Kyler is 35 and he below Daniel Jones, and that's my point. If I'm going to pay 35, I'd rather go with a Kyler Murray type skill set. And with the weapons that we have, I think he can do pretty well. Just on who's calling the plays. And one guy, if I was to go out to Kyler Murray this offseason, one guy I would try to lure back into the NFL is Cliff Kingsbury. Because with the type of players that we have on offense, and he is the offensive coordinator, I would love to see it.
Yeah, as an offensive coordinator, it may work out. We're not as no head coach.
And you got key players at this key skill positions. So
let me ask you this, Smitty. So let me ask you this, Smitty. Would the disconnection that we saw at times in Kingsbury last year in Arizona, with them kind of sort of going back and forth on the sideline, would that have you nervous a little bit as far as bringing them back in the building?
As an offensive coordinator, no. As a head coach, yes. But he only has one job, and that's to worry about the quarterback and worry about the scheming and the play calling. In that aspect, no, because I'm looking at Kyle Pitts. I've been saying it since last year. If he doesn't produce this year, you got to think about trading. So if you bring in an explosive player in Kyler Murray and an explosive play caller in a Cliff Kingsbury, Drake London, Bijan Robinson, Kyle Pitts, all those guys become even more dynamic with the play calling.
What do you think Kyler's trade value would be?
I think he'll still warrant a high first.
Since the injury, I would say second. Since the injury, I would say second.
Yeah, I would definitely say
I would say second.
Yeah. You know they're gonna try to sell high on him, especially if he balls out the rest of the year.
No, I said he does well the rest of the season. That his prices, tag is going up.
Right, they're probably going to try to sell high, and I'm pretty sure they're going to come to the table asking for it first.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
but I don't think that's what they're going to get.
Yeah, right. It's one of those things.
I think at the most teams will give him a second, and maybe then some teams may give him 2 day 2 picks simply because he's a quarterback.
Right.
That's a great. That's a great thought. That's a great thought.
Yeah.
But think about this too. Think about this too. If I'm the Atlanta Falcons and I was thinking about Kyler Murray and had my sight sets on him, and they wanted first, I would trade back into the first round on the back end, and then trade the first round pick, and then I would gather other picks before getting rid of that pick. So I could see it happening on draft night.
Okay. All right.
That would be interesting.
You know what? they can go a number of directions here at that position, and we're all in agreement to go in a different direction. Like, no, nothing against Ritter, nothing against Heineke, but I think we've seen enough from both to say, hey, you know what? They're not the long-term guy here. At least one of them can be a definite backup for the team in the future, but you know, they got to go in a different direction, and there's probably going to be a new face under center. It kind of sort of just depends on what flavor you want. But Berto, you brought up a great point. Like, this is 2024 is a do or die year, and he might feel more comfortable putting that in the hands of a veteran quarterback that's already played some games. Has some developing under him,
and we've talked about it so many other times. There's no track record or any other quarterback out there lighting the world on fire that can say, "Oh, Arthur Smith was my coach at some point in my career."
Right?
Arthur Smith and Smitty, you know this. You touched upon this so many times. He's not known to mold a QB. He's everywhere he's been. He's walked into a great situation or a good situation. Good situation, Ryan Tannehill in Tennessee. Great situation here in Atlanta. Here in Atlanta with Matt Ryan his first year. You know what I mean? And it kind of just went on from there. So I still feel like if he's going to let 2024 dictate anything from him professionally going forward, he's going to go back to somebody he knows, or he might try somebody else. So the three names this offseason that we were linked to, Kirk Cousins, Ryan Tannehill, hell, I'll even say Jimmy freaking Garoppolo, because it doesn't look like he might be the starter. And
Kirk Cousins ain't going nowhere. You can forget that.
But you don't know. What's Kirk Cousins' value going to be? Hey, listen, I know. I brought up Jimmy G.
I'll suit up before I let Jimmy G.
Oh, we got Big Low. We got Big Low country. We don't need a. Hey, listen, anything is possible.
Give me Ritter.
Give you Ritter?
Yes.
Man, you want something.
Over Jimmy G,
you want
man.
something.
Anybody but Jimmy G.
I'm just saying.
I'm gonna put it like this: y'all let Jimmy G go chill with Lisa Ann for a while, and I'll let that go.
Let him.
Yeah, you say that until his ass is here and he wins us 5 games, and then all narratives will change.
And
then he loses
the rest. Exactly, and loses the rest.
Hey, but listen, this is just all hypotheticals. Nothing's official, but you got to throw names that are out there that are veteran worth, possibly. And his name, unfortunately, will always be thrown around that pot, just like a Josh Dobbs may be at the end of the year because of what he's doing in Minnesota. So it's really not crazy to think that possibility can actually happen, especially. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Dobbs is another one.
Give me Kirk.
Yep.
Anybody but Jimmy Garoppolo.
Wait.
Daniel Jones.
Hell no.
See, I'm not E-Rob, man. That God damn.
E-Rob, I got you on this one.
Hold on now. Wait, I might have to think about that one. I might consider Daniel Jones over Jimmy Garoppolo.
God damn it.
But you think about the skill set. Daniel Jones is a younger Ryan Tannehill.
That's all he is.
Right. You look at you're moving on from a young turnover prone quarterback to an older turnover prone quarterback.
Exactly. And injury prone too.
And injury prone. He got a bad back. His back is not 100%. You were right, Smitty. I think Jimmy needs to get away from football.
We know why his back bad though. We know why it's bad. So
gotta get right.
You gotta get right. And listen, shout out Pasta Girl. Question won't surprise me at all if the Falcons tried to get Trey Lance, and that's another
surprise me either.
About old Trey.
You know what I'm saying? I want Matt Shaw.
No, he talking about as the offensive coordinator. He got to be talking.
I hope so. But
now he is.
Seeing like I got everybody riled up on here with good goddamn reason because the quarterback position is a hot topic to talk about.
We need to wait. You want to consider somebody who couldn't even beat out Sam Darnold in training camp?
There you have it.
Oh man! Hey, look, man. It's names that we were linked to in the past that may circle around the block again, unfortunately, because a lot of pressure is going to be put on Arthur Smith. In these 7 games, he's going to be put under such a scope by this organization to say, all right, do we have our guy? Ritter right now, I think he's just performing for possibly for other teams, including his very own team. And I think that's not, I think it's fair to say.
I agree. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm trying to think, where could Ritter go?
Oh boy. It depends on what a team wants to do. Tennessee, maybe if Tennessee is moving on from Ryan Tannehill, but they need a backup. Well, I'm saying backup for backup.
Yeah, I'm talking about as a starter. Where can he go?
Willis not gonna last.
There's no team looking at him as a starter.
Mm-hmm. Just the Atlanta.
Not even his own team is looking at him as a starter right now. No one is going to look at him as a starter next year. He's a backup only, and it depends on what teams want to do. But yeah, Jimmy G, man, that's disgusting.
Damn, man, look, man, let's switch up.
That's gross. That's
God
gross.
Damn. Hey, E-Rob, man, when we're linked to him again, hit me up. Hit me up, brother. Hit me up and like, damn, man, you know what, man? You were right, bro.
I'm not gonna. I'm
the day that shit breaks, I'm gonna be atting you on Twitter all day. Hey, Rob,
I'm gonna be He gonna have to put it on mute.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to mute you, bro, because I'm gonna be upset. I'm gonna be too upset to reply.
Like, don't mess around, get blocked.
Oh man, no, I'll never push somebody's buttons like that, never, man. But hey, all right, let's switch dials right quick, man. Also, in in this bye. We have a lot of defensive figures that are coming back. David Onyemata scheduled to come back from ankle injury. We have D. Alford that's also coming back. But in this D. Alford absence, we've seen, I'm not going to call it an emergence, but we've seen some solid play out of Clark Phillips III, a guy that has been a healthy scratch a lot this year, and that's due to D. Alford's play. So the Falcons have a good situation going on there. They can go plenty of ways, get creative schematically to involve him in the game plan. But of course, we'll let Ryan Nielsen deal with that headache. But for us up front, it always starts up front. We get a key guy back in David Onyemata, who we heavily missed against the Arizona Cardinals. And as we all know, we did nothing at the trade deadline to, really, you can't replace a guy like Grady Jarrett, but we did bring in Contavious Street, and he has lived up to the build thus far. He's lived up to it. So defensively, what can Ryan Nielsen do a little bit better going forward? I think that blitzing more is something that he should hang his hat on a little bit more. I think he relied too much in the beginning, just on the front four to create havoc. I think he needs to put guys in better positions to succeed. One guy specifically, and he has a lot of playing time with or coaching time with, is Caden Ellis. Caden Ellis has 2 sacks on the year, a far cry from 7 what he had last year with New Orleans. Put him in better spots to blitz and create havoc. So defensively, fellas, what do you guys see in this New Orleans game and the reset after the bye that the Falcons could do better?
I agree. I think blitzing it should be top priority. Scheming different. Disguising a little bit different. I would use my defensive backs a little bit more in the blitz game, like the Steelers do in that zone blitz, because you have speed on the outside at the defensive back position. But when you look at it, Caden Ellis, he's known for up the middle, but they've collapsed the pocket well all season. It's just them getting the speed from the outside. In this game, I would think about using D'Angelo Malone, and I said that last week against Kyler Murray.
Yeah.
But I would seriously think about using that speed that D'Angelo Malone possesses and find a way to get him some reps this game, because they have no speed on the outside. You talk about Calais Campbell. Bud Dupree still has speed, but he's not Bud Dupree or old. So when you have age on the outside, try to mix in some use with that. Ebiketie he's coming along, and I think he has to get better. But I think disguising the blitz is the way I would go as well.
Yeah. Blitzing, getting after the quarterback is going to be key for them. And we all know them being able to do it with just the front four has not been a common occurrence for them this season. Right. As you mentioned, Caden Ellis has 2 sacks, and I feel like Caden Ellis has balled this year. His ability in run defense has been very, very good. It's something I didn't really expect. Now, I do agree with you. His calling card last year, or what prompted him to be a free agent pickup last year, was his ability to get after quarterbacks. The way Dennis Allen was able to scheme and get him after the quarterback in blitz packages on passing downs, on obvious passing downs. A lot of his sacks came on third down last year. I think that was very interesting, and you haven't really seen much of it this year. That's partly due because there's no, Troy Anderson's not around. So I think Caden Ellis has to take that role now. But they're going to have to get after the quarterback, man. And you can't depend on the front four to do it. I don't think they can be able to do it consistently enough. By doing that, it's cost you games. No one's going to convince me otherwise that not having a legitimate edge rusher or someone that can truly close the game for you, no one's going to convince me that wouldn't have changed the outcome of the Minnesota game. If you would have had a legit closer out there in that game,
thing with Arizona.
Same thing with Arizona game as well. You couldn't get to the quarterback. And when you got to the quarterback, you couldn't bring them down.
Just sliding right off of them.
It cost them two games. And because they were not able to get after the quarterback, Will Levis had a career day. Came off the bench as a rookie. First time in the game, he throws for 230 and 4 touchdowns. And he's too comfortable in the pocket to do that. So
that's a record.
That just goes back to what I just said. You got to use that speed of D'Angelo Malone. He's the fastest guy you have on the outside. And when you got a scrambling quarterback, you need that speed. So you find a way to scheme, and then that's why you got to disguise these blitzes a little bit better.
Why he's not on the field. You really just got to wonder what is
the only thing I can think of is size. That's the only thing I can think of.
Same with Ebiketie, scheme fit. They're not necessarily what Nielsen looked for in edge rushers.
Yeah.
He likes his edge rushers 6'4", 6'5", 280, 290. Yeah. That's what he in all fairness, those guys were here before Nielsen got here. So in all fairness, too. Yeah. Like Zach Harrison is a prototype as far as the type of edge rusher he likes.
Yep.
Can we? I know we got a game on Sunday, but can we talk about the trade deadline a little bit?
Go ahead. Oh yeah, absolutely.
Go ahead.
Absolutely.
Run it.
Why did they not pull the trigger? Like it's one of those things as a Falcons fan. On anybody, it didn't matter. On any. I mean, you got a guy like Street, great, cool, but that's not enough. And we saw it. Bringing in Street and him even playing very well is still not good enough to get to the quarterback. And the fact that you let an NFC team like the Niners, a team that at some point you're going to want to beat,
right?
You let them just steal a guy from you for a third-round pick, knowing damn well they're not going to pay him this offseason. You know they're not. They're only renting him.
Yeah, that's it.
I said the same thing. If you use that second rounder for Montavious Sweat, why not switch it over to Chase Young? And I go back even further than that. There was this guy in Arizona named Isaiah Simmons.
Yep.
A guy that can play outside linebacker.
Yep.
Middle linebacker. Safety. Edge.
We fumbled that.
For a 7th round pick.
Smitty. When he hit the market. I said, what? For a bag of chips.
That's it, for a bag of chips.
And you let them go. And the problem that I have with it is it's not just this tenure. It's something that this organization has been accustomed to during the Dan Quinn era, even during the Mike Smith era. When it comes to making
hold it right there. That tells you the problem right there. So the problem is Rich McKay, just like I said.
Yep,
because at the end of the day, they have to report to him. So Rich McKay is
He's been there. He's been there for years.
I don't care. He still need to go.
He's been there for years, and we don't see a lot of people in this revolving door. The current and consistent has been Rich McKay.
Oh boy,
you got a point there, Smitty. You got
Berto. I'm itching for that. I'm itching for that gift. Where is that?
Oh shit! I gotta bring it up.
Where it
It's time for him to
Bang.
get your
Rich
get
McKay.
him up out of here. Hey, I
But
will
my-
say this
but my
too,
thing,
too.
but my,
Oh, go ahead.
but my thing. Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead with your point.
But my thing is when it comes to this organization, man, like we've had so many years where an opportunity was there to get better. Okay. You can have a plan to get better in the draft. That's great. It's the long game. It's cool. I get it. But if you look at a lot of the top teams in the league right now, you look at the 49ers, you look at the Eagles, you look at the Ravens, you look at the Bills, you look at the Chiefs. When they need to make an addition to the roster, they don't hesitate. They go do it. No matter what. Howie Roseman does not care. Okay. Howie Roseman is going to bring it. He's going to trade for Kevin Byard halfway in the season because he feels the need to. He's not going to sit here and say, hey, next man up, or this fifth rounder that we drafted, we really like him a lot. We're going to give him an opportunity to shine. No, Howie Roseman is like, forget that. Give me a veteran that can make plays and help us win games. And I feel like that's what's holding this organization.
Pause.
Yeah, we just.
You need to start following me a little bit more, E-Rob, because as I looked at the trade deadline, I went back down to Arizona. I went back down to Arizona again at the trade deadline. If we can't get an edge rusher, get a playmaker in that secondary at the safety position, Butter Baker could have been that guy. You talk about a guy that can cover zone, a guy that can play in the box, and he can get out to the quarterback.
Hey man,
you're playing both Buddha and Bates together?
Yeah, because Buddha can play either position.
Hey, I'm just saying it would have been better than Richie Grant being back there. That's all I'm saying.
Oh boy.
I'm just talking about the playmaking ability. We need that. We haven't had a dog on defense and God knows how long.
Right. And it was one of those, to me, it was one of those opportunities where it's like, hey, you're coming off a game where you got embarrassed by a rookie quarterback. And in that game, you lost your best defender for the season. And losing a guy like Grady J, that alone, forget about getting after the quarterback, not having great sack numbers. Losing Grady Jarrett would have prompted me to, you know what? I got to get somebody. I don't care who it is. I have to get a certain level of talent. I just lost a great defensive tackle off my D line. He's not on the field anymore. I got to do something. And for you, even if when it came to the whole Montez Sweat thing, we know the deal. The Bears offered a higher second round pick. I get it. Even in a situation where it's like, you know what? I'm gonna force the Bears to drive the price up. They're still competition. They're not in my division. They're still in the NFC, but they're trying to get better. So you know what? I'm gonna force them to overpay for Montez Sweat. If I'm not gonna get Sweat, I'm gonna make you give 3 picks then. Now you're 3 picks short in next year's draft.
Right.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? Like it's you still have to play the game. And I feel like this organization, especially this 10 years, they're a little too hesitant for me, man. Like,
and to add on to that point, that's a smart move, because if you force them into trading more picks, that could mean you could use them for a trade partner if you in the top 10 and go get that player that you want, because they're gonna need the draft picks. That's an excellent point. Excellent.
Because you also keep in mind they're going to have the most cap space in the offseason next year.
Right.
So if I know that, I'm going to say, okay, you know what? You're going to have your money. That's your money. I can't touch your money. But you know what? I can force you to give up some of these picks.
Right.
So you're not going to be loaded with picks going into the. You're going to be. I don't want you loaded with picks and money into the offseason. Like, damn, that's. You know, so it's one of those things where I felt like, man, this organization played it wrong. They were sitting on their hands a little bit. They had an opportunity to get better, and they didn't pull the trigger, man. And I'm a little disappointed about it.
There's one position we maybe can get a little bit better at, but that the verdict is still out on that. I think we've walked into some gold in Nate Landman. There's a guy that got released today by Darius Leonard or Shaquille Leonard of the Colts.
I already spoke on that.
And the team. and the team, as conservative as they are, do you see this as a potential another passing by the Falcons? I correlate
Another
this.
misfire, I
We
hope.
bring in a Shaquille onto this defense.
Uh-huh.
We just spoke about Caden Ellis and what his calling card was. We could utilize him as that Swiss Army knife on this defense. Allow him to just gap penetrate and blitz, because that's really his calling. He's a great in between the tackle blitzer. Allow Nate Landman and Shaquille Leonard, excuse me, to go ahead and just fortify the covering aspect. Yeah, Nate Landman might be a little sus on that, but that what Shaquille brings is a plethora of knowledge and knows a lot of schemes offensively that he can help us, in some way, shape, or form down the stretch.
And he's only 28.
Yeah,
he's only 28. Now he had a back injury that put him out for a while in Indy. He was brought back slowly, and I think the issue with that was his, he kind of sort of complained a little bit about snap count, playing time, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I think Indy was just like, hey, you know what? We're going to go in a different direction. We're going to get younger. We don't want to play you. We've already showed you that we don't want to play you, so we're just going to let you go. Right. Bringing in a guy like Shaq Leonard could be significant. I mean, you're adding not only that, Berto, but adding his voice to the locker room.
Mm-hmm.
That's another proven veteran in the locker room. Along with Bud Dupree, along with Bates, along with Okuda. Like, having those guys in the locker room could be vital for a young team, especially when you're still trying to get your offense off the ground. And that's another thing that bothered me at the trade deadline. You know that your offense is struggling, so I will want to have this defense as stocked as I can.
Yes, I can. I was talking
about
that.
Why not? Because it's taking us a little longer to get this offense off the ground. So for that reason alone, I would do it. Now, I keep in mind they have $8 million in cap space, so they got a little money to move. They can sign them if they want to.
Yeah.
They got a little wiggle room, even if it's to a 1-year deal. They can sign them if they want to, but we'll see. But I'll be honest with you, to answer your question, I think they're just gonna
roll with what they got.
Yeah. I don't see it either. I'm not confident in it either. It's really cut and dry. It's really it's a no-brainer to me, man. You need players who can make a difference, and a player who can make a difference is out there. Go get them.
I'm just waiting for them to say, hey, you know what? We really like Tay Davis a lot. We really think this guy can be something at some point.
Where's he at now?
He's growing in this locker room. He's been getting better in practice. We really like this guy. I'm just waiting for that.
Tay Davis ain't even taking his workout serious right now.
Right. I'm waiting for that message, because that's what we hear all the damn time. Like,
true.
This 6th-round guy that we've had in our building, we really like him a lot, and we really think he's going to be something. Like, all right, bro. Whatever.
That part.
So, we're hitting that 58-minute mark, almost an hour, man. We was talking before. We'll go 45 to 50 minutes, man. We've already almost on for an hour. So let's get into the X factors of the game before we close out with game prediction and a quick talk about Thanksgiving. So X factors for this game, we'll go around the table. Eric, you're the guest. Please, we'll start with you. Who do you think this X factor is? Your X factor is for this matchup on Sunday?
Desmond Ridder.
Yep. I knew you was gonna take him. I knew you was gonna do it.
No, I don't know. No, I don't need to unravel anything. Nope. Desmond Ridder. Just get straight to the point.
Yep.
He needs to be clean with the football, man. That's the best chance they're gonna have to win this game. He's gonna have to be clean with the football.
Right.
I'm gonna say the Falcon run game. And the reason why, Saints are ranked 20th against the run. So this could be the perfect opportunity to get the run game going. So I would go Tyler Algier and Bijan Robinson. Whoever gets it going, that's who should be the primary ball carrier for the game. But I think this is the game that they can break out against the Saints defense that struggles against the run, especially with Marshall and Lattimore. Probably won't play this game.
Oh yeah, that'd be well for me. Okay, well, we already know Desmond Ridder by default, but just to go into a different direction, I would have to say I'm gonna go with my linebackers, man. I want to see what my linebackers can do because the tight end has been killing us lately. And they got Johnson and they got Taysom Hill, a little Swiss Army knife over there.
I hate that
put
guy.
him in different places.
I can't stand him, man.
Oh,
yeah,
God.
I'm just saying they can put him in different places. You seen what Trey McBride did. I mean, just the tight end period and just the middle of the field has been a weakness for us.
Hopefully,
and I just need to see something. I need to see some resistance. It's since something to change up is definitely the middle of the field.
Hey,
linebacker core.
Yeah.
Hopefully they can tackle Taysom Hill this week. We'll see.
Right. That's a part of all of it.
Man,
I
don't even want to.
It's been abysmal.
I don't get it. Why can we not tackle this dude? I don't understand.
I have no idea, man. We turn to marshmallow when we get close to this
guy,
man.
He ain't juking nobody. He ain't running past nobody.
Shit.
Right.
Bring the pads, man.
For real, man.
Hey, he caught somebody in Magic City in the strip club making it rain. That's the only reason he getting by.
They gotta be. They gotta
bring him there.
Bring the pads, man. Like, come on. I don't get it, but we'll see.
All right. The week before last, we broke down the preview for the Arizona Cardinals. I called Richie Grant as my X factor, and lo and behold, goddamn it, he had a shitty ass game.
Oh, boy.
So up now is I'm calling out Arthur Smith, his play calling abilities. What have you done to reset and make this Falcons team finally get from going to actually going in the right direction? Your play calling has been very suspect, and we all know it's documented. Your passing game is not too creative. This all 22 really has exposed this offense in the sense of how you scheme these wide receivers to try and get open off these bunch concepts, and you got to get away from that, man. We have guys that can win one-on-one matchup in ISO routes or just straight up put these guys in the best position to succeed and just give the best outcome. So for me, it's Arthur Smith's play calling. What have you seen in this week off to reassess and say, oh, this is what I'm doing wrong. Let's try this. It's going to be on Showcase on Sunday.
So adjustments is what you need to see.
Oh my God. Yeah. And a long-winded ass answer. Yes. Adjustments.
Adjustments. Gotcha. But you come back from a 3-game losing streak and a bye week. And if you're still playing the same game plan.
Yep.
We got a problem.
Very big
big problem, man.
Like I said, the Tampa Bay game was the perfect scheming game plan they could follow the rest of the year. And you talk about adjustments, let's add adjustments all 4 quarters because the first 2 quarters they fire. After the halftime hit, some just go downhill. I don't know what it is. But I just don't know, man. After halftime, they just disappear. I don't get it.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. You're right, Smith. It has to be consistent because he made adjustments in the second half of the Tennessee game, and we saw that offensively. That offense looked completely different with Heineke out there on the field. So now it's the time to truly make these adjustments, especially they win Sunday. Okay, they win Sunday. They're back in first place. I mean, I know it'll look ugly. They'll be 5-6, but they'll be back in first place. There's a lot on the line.
Yeah, and I agree. And like I said, the running back's going to be key. I said Bijan needed to be the guy in Arizona. He was, but they couldn't capitalize and they couldn't stop nobody down the stretch. Bijan had to have.
I think he's for sure.
Yeah.
I think for sure he's going to get his touches from here on out. Like I don't think we have to worry about. I think he's going to be involved.
I hope so, man.
Right.
I hope so. All right. So let me bring Chris back in. He had a little bit of a technical difficulty situation going on there, but hey, Chris.
My bad, y'all. Arthur Smith was play calling my Wi-Fi.
Oh, God damn. Bro, that's evil for you to say, my friend. Why would you say something like that?
Well, to be honest, he couldn't even call the cable company to fix it because he's just that bad.
Here we go with another. Lead coach Arthur Smith. Oh, man, y'all are wilding, man. Hey, but this is the part of the show where we go.
Go ahead.
We go into the game prediction. We involve the chat. So chat, man, put your score predictions in the chat. Please, we'll read them out as we go. So going around the table, man, I'll start with E-Rob because he's the guest. So E-Rob, what you got for this weekend's matchup? Score prediction, brother.
Oh boy. Oh man. Y'all might be mad at me, man.
It's
get it out. Get it out.
We are a judgment-free zone.
Are we winning?
No. I just don't feel it. They've had the Falcons number, especially at home, the last few years as well. They've definitely stole some winnable games in Atlanta.
Last year
for damn sure. Yeah. I'm worried. I'm worried that we won't see the adjustments that Berto is looking for. I'm worried that this defense is not going to create turnovers. And this defense, as good as they have been, for them to not be in that top echelon in terms of takeaways is puzzling, which tells you how good they played. But then it also tells you how better they could actually be if they were able to take the ball away as well. I think they're like 21st or something like that in takeaways, but they're still 7.
I think it's 22nd if I'm not mistaken.
Somewhere in that neighborhood. But they're still top 10. But they're still top 10 overall, which again tells you how good they've been. But it also tells you that there's still room to grow for this team. So I'm concerned that we may not see that, and I think we're going to find ourselves in another game, another fist fight with this team, and I think the Saints are going to steal another one from us at home.
God damn it!
I really
what's your score?
28-23.
Bad.
Giving up another 28 points. That's tough.
Man,
that's tough.
I got to tell you, Rob.
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry.
But I agree. I don't think the Falcons gonna win either. I hate to say it. I hate to say it. But the last two games, like I said, after the Arizona game, I don't have no confidence of them winning now another game until I see them win.
Get your
hey.
You know what?
I'm just being real.
All love. I'm
gonna be honest with you. The Titans game was the one game that took almost all the confidence out of me. The fact that you look like that against a rookie quarterback.
It was the Vikings for me.
Like that hurt me.
Yeah, it was the Viking game for me. Viking game.
I rolled out of bed, grabbed the playbook,
and said, I guess I got 5 days. And they said it on the game. They said it on the last Minnesota game. The quarterback coach and the head coach and the play caller, they did everything on the fly that game. They just asked him what he was comfortable with running, and they did it.
He didn't know the cadence. If he don't know the cadence, he don't know the plays.
Nope.
No, that's what I'm saying. He didn't even know his offensive line.
And he still had a game like that. Like the confidence is gone, man. I want it to be there. I really do.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 27-21. Be honest, I just don't see it, man. Falcons lose another one, 4-7 coming. Until they win another game, I got to go. I don't have no confidence, and I'm just keeping it real with y'all, like I always do. I'm a diehard fan, but I'm also realistic about things. And this team, the way they played against Minnesota, they struggled in the first half, but the second half, that defense stepped up and they almost came away with a win. And trust me, they're gonna have momentum going into this game.
I knew it, Smitty. I knew he was from New Orleans. I knew it.
Yeah.
y'all go with that,
dude. Hey, man. Oh, Lord. It's gonna be a long week. Yeah. Okay. So my score prediction. All right. First of all, this is a tiebreaker too. I think both teams are tied at 54 wins, head to head. So this is a tiebreaker game. Saints, they've had our number in the 2020s. We went 5-1 against them. But you know what, darn it, I got faith in my Falcons. I think we're going to come out and get the victory, 23-20. Young Waku saving our keisters once more.
Keisters.
Our keisters once more to go ahead and catapult us back to the top of the division. Because we would definitely.
Man, how you will 55? Talking about some keister. Nobody said
keister.
I love
the vocabulary, right?
Love the optimism.
I wish I had Uncle Steve's voiceovers like he does in his show. I love Desmond. So I'm gonna go 20-17 in a low scoring affair. Falcons. I think we prevail. I think we have that coming out moment. I hope. I'm just trying to be as fucking optimistic as I possibly can. Yeah. So I'm gonna hang my hat on that 20-17. Sure, Young Waku in again and closing moments to seal the game for us, man. So I think the Falcons.
I'm glad y'all optimistic. I'm glad because
has to make kind of
on it.
For real. But you got to realize this, man. This team is coming. Both teams are coming off of buys. Right. So they've had ample enough time to go ahead and study each other, as much as they possibly could, their likes and dislikes offensively and defensively. And one organization has their back more to the wall than the other. New Orleans is okay if they freaking lose. Atlanta, not so much. So I think Atlanta has more to play for and win for.
I wouldn't say that because Dennis Allen is not that guy.
And again, I don't give a damn what New Orleans is going. But I gotta see. I gotta concentrate on what's going on for our product and our game. And
Saints fans, Saints fans are not too fond of him. So
no, hell no, they're not, man.
They belong together. Saints fans and Dennis Allen belong together.
Oh my God! So you have it there. You have it, folks. We are on this pre Thanksgiving Eve, man. So this is a wonderful time of the year. You spend a lot of time with friends, family, loved ones, and break bread, and just go around the table giving thanks for a lot of things that we do have, and just everything that's going right in life. So E-Rob, if you can, share us, one of those go-to plates that you got that you have going on for your family that you're most looking forward to.
And please don't, before you start, please tell me you don't eat pumpkin pie.
He's from New England.
What?
Pumpkin pie.
Pumpkin, man. I don't want anything pumpkin. I don't want no pumpkin
spice. Bird almost lost.
You hear this shit? I gotta sign up for
pumpkin.
Hey, Rob, I thought we were right here. We New Englanders, bro.
No, we ain't there.
You gotta remember, he just brother from South Carolina.
Oh, shit.
Like that.
That's what I'm about to do. Oh
my God, man.
Darn self.
What a layup and a dunk. Thanks a lot, Smitty.
What type of what my plates looking like? Like I gotta have some candy yams.
Okay, now we're cooking.
Don't get me wrong. Just because I live in Connecticut, the South is still in me now. Don't get it wrong. Don't get it twisted.
I'm glad you got that out. Thank you, because I was going to relegate you to some mashed potatoes or something boring like that.
Hell no. Gotta have the candy yam. Gotta have the mac and cheese with 2 or 3 different foods in it. Gotta have. I can do without the turkey. Give me the ham. Gotta have the ham. Gotta have the collard greens. Gotta have the rice and gravy. The dressing, I'm a little. I can get on board with it. You were finna get that boot if you said no dressing. You finna get the boot. Oh no! I can have that. Look, the plate got to bend a little bit. When I put all my food on it, I have to hold it with 2 hands. Okay, that's how much food got to be on it. Okay, and that's just for the
Mike,
the dessert plate is separate.
That got to be Mike.
Who? Pumpkin pie is the least y'all missing out. Yeah,
man,
it got to be my boy Mike.
God bless you, man. God bless you.
I don't see John. I don't see John.
They go with the bullshit. Come on, man.
Fun times, man. But it obviously sounds lit, man. Love the mac and cheese, but with 3 kinds of cheeses you mentioned. Ooh,
2 or 3. 2 or 3. That's fine.
Shit.
Oh yeah.
Goddamn, Chris.
Love it. Yeah. Oh, for me, Let's see. I'm gonna have first of all, the first thing that goes on my plate is the macaroni and cheese because that's just my favorite. So I'm just a mac and cheese guy. Let me see. Next, slide probably like some stuffing on that plate, and then
we don't eat stuffing. We eat dressing, brother. We don't eat stuffing. We eat dressing.
Stuffing. I mean, dressing stuffing. I always get it mixed up anyway, but I'm definitely a dressing guy. But
okay.
Yeah, definitely a dressing guy. But yeah, I'm gonna slap that on there. Need me some of them yams, and I definitely got to get my my veggies in. So definitely got to get them greens in. Shoot, I'll even take string beans. They don't even matter. I love vegetables anyway. So,
D, man, what I do to you, D? You deserve this, man.
Let me see.
I thought we were cool, bro.
No casserole, right?
I don't do the pumpkin pie.
We have
green bean casserole. You said.
No.
I said no casserole.
No
casserole.
Just green beans, no casserole.
Just the beans.
I got to tell y'all, broccoli rice casserole is the best.
Man,
the what?
Go ahead and give me
broccoli rice casserole.
Broccoli rice casserole.
That's a first.
I mean, I like it's cool. Yeah, it's cool. It's better than green bean.
Man,
but,
what are we doing?
Green bean.
And I for me, the far as me, I'm a turkey guy. I'm a turkey guy. I don't want no ham. I don't do the ham no more.
I don't do the ham either.
Yeah, I'm all turkey. You can fill me up with the turkey leg, right? And we can get it.
It got to be deep fried, right?
You said it got to be deep fried. You said the turkey?
Yeah,
it can be deep fried, baked. Hey man,
I ain't with the.
Hey man, I ain't
with wood. I'm good.
No,
that thing gonna be dry.
No, I'm telling you, man, it's all about how you let it bask in the ambiance of the juices and the flows and the flavors, and then you got to sprinkle a little.
Be like
you got to talk to it, man.
Chewing on gauze.
That's exactly what it's like. That's exactly what it's like. That is exactly what it's like.
I don't know what y'all turkey do.
Nobody mentioned collard greens, man. Collard greens.
That's what I said. The greens.
Man, I didn't hear you. You cut out.
That's all we gotta say is greens.
God damn it! No, my bad. You cut out. But that's the main dish.
Well, we can't just say green because kale green too. So we can't say just greens. But
I got my collards. I got my collards in the refrigerator right now. They ready for me to bring them out and cut them up. I got them sitting
before them motherfuckers roll them up, dice them up, and let them babies fucking
as soon as I get off here, I gotta clear out the kitchen sink and put the water in there and cut them up and clean them and get them ready for tomorrow. I got
I had to say this to Josh right quick. Josh, my wife is not white; she's black. I would eat almost anything. I would eat almost anything except chitlins, pumpkin pie, and green bean casserole. Other than that, I'm pretty open to eating anything. That's offensive.
Banana. I'm not doing no banana pudding either.
You just slid that shit in there like I was.
What?
You ain't gonna eat what?
Nah.
What, you pre-diabetic, man? God bless you.
Turn your screen off.
Turn my screen off. Damn.
Turn your screen off.
Oh man.
I don't know if you can come to the Thanksgiving dinner, dog.
No. Yeah, man. Alberto, I'm shaking. Hey, Alberto, I'm shaking for another one. Go on and put it up there. Shaking for another one.
Man. At least I don't eat.
You got to get you one for that one.
Come on, man. What? God. Y'all can't do me like that. It's somebody else in this world that don't like banana pudding besides me.
Boy,
what the fuck is wrong with you? Excuse my language.
Come on, man.
Boy, I just think
y'all crazy. Man.
Hey, look, man.
You had somebody at your cookout that didn't make it right, and you tasted it, and it just turned you off. Because that just don't sound right.
Did you try? You tried. I take it you ate it with the bananas in it.
No, they didn't have no bananas in it.
That's the problem.
Yeah. I never had any banana pudding that had bananas in it. So
that's probably my favorite, Padre.
Somebody hook your boy up there. Somebody hook your boy up with the real banana pudding so I can try.
No. You can make it two different ways.
That's
you
right.
Can make it with or without the bananas.
Oh no, don't give me that then. Don't give me that.
If ain't no bananas in it, it gotta have some extra vanilla. It gotta have some extra vanilla wafers in it. It gotta have the cookies in it.
Yeah, I had one time.
Wait
I
for
had
cookies, baby. Just
vanilla
right around
wafer.
right on the rib. Oh, eat rock, man. Eat rock. Hey, yo, dog.
I've had that. That was okay.
Man, look.
Man.
Oh man.
Not everybody can make banana pudding. Let me just throw that out there then.
No, you right there. You right.
I take it. I take it. You didn't get no bananas or no vanilla wafers in yours because that's just ridiculous,
bro. Man,
he just ate pudding.
You ain't pudding.
Bro, I like going to the refrigerator and just getting one of them pudding cups and just
that's all it is. That's all I'm into eating pudding. They throw like a little cookie on top. It's not even a vanilla wafer.
That's all they ate.
One of them joints you see with mine, some joint you see out of Family Dollar. Man, come on, man.
Well, you
I
definitely
don't know my struggle.
Boy. Oh Lord.
Well, Padre said the best shit to me on Twitter today. He said I was in the Thanksgiving OTAs. That shit had me out. I was driving. I had to pull over because I was fucking dying. I was laughing because it's well documented. My affection. I can't even say the goddamn word of my affection for Thanksgiving. So being that,
I'm just telling y'all off top,
bro.
Y'all call me at 3:00. I'm gonna be asleep because I'm gonna be on 8 by 3 miles.
Oh no!
And when I wake
Hell
up,
yeah.
it's gonna be 2 more plates. So I'm just telling y'all before time.
Bro, I'll tell you what, man. I'm Puerto Rican, so I got arroz con gandules, pernil. That's all in popping. And then I had the southern side too. I got some aunties with thick wrists too. Those are the best ones because they know how to throw down in the kitchen. So with that, boy, let me say this. So all the sweets, the collards, you name it, the yams. All that will be at this house, at the Antonetti household on Thursday. So anybody that's in the area want to come and get a plate, come get you.
Including that pumpkin pie.
Man, that is
definitely
included. Get the hate out your heart.
We can feed that to the dog, bro. We can feed that to the dog.
Hey, I got 2 of them.
Me and Chris might have to jump on the plane and come up there.
We can feed that. Hey, y'all want some pie? We can feed that to the dogs, bro. We good.
Oh Lord, oh man, but hey man, listen man, it's no it's no shortage in laughs and just just giving thanks around the table and just really breaking bread and spending time with family and loved ones, man. Some folks unfortunately do it only one time a year. They're the holiday crew. They get together only on holidays, man. Shouldn't be like that. I think it should be celebrated all year round. Family is very valued and should be for everybody. But man, with that, man. We wish you from the 95 North Sports Machine a very happy Thanksgiving for you and your loved ones. Just please take care. And if you drink a little bit, just drink responsibly. Don't get too twisted out there in the streets or anything like that. But just, definitely, man, have a great time. Have a great time. So that's from me, man. Smitty, any parting words before we head out of here, man?
Oh, no, not really. I got enough trouble already. I just can't wait. To Sunday come and I think Thursday gonna be probably getting back into the swing of thing because this COVID thing the last couple of years, but this year everything gonna be in full swing, man. So I'm happy that we got back into this mode and got back to being around family more because COVID, man, it just put us through so much, physically, mentally, and we just had to overcome a lot. So it's just gonna be special, man, to see some of the people I haven't seen in a while. And I might go live. I might go live and talk crap on live just because I can at the dinner table. And my grandma would probably throw a brick and hit me in my head, but I survived.
Lord,
damn, so it's been a little violent.
She's just not gonna tell you to put the phone down. She's gonna throw a brick along with it.
I'm gonna put it like this: wherever near her right hand, she gonna pick it up and throw it.
Man, that can be anything on Thanksgiving, bro.
Right. That
could be a scoop of food. That could be a broom. It could be anything.
It could be really.
Man. And when I grew up,
he got a whole spatula coming his way.
A whole spatula with hot food on it coming your way.
Oh man!
No, it's gonna be the cake. It's gonna be the cake mixer thing that you spin around. She gonna put it on the
whip.
machine and just sling it.
She gotta have. I gotta take that cake mix. There's some stuff on there. I gotta get on. We gotta get that off.
I gotta get that off.
God damn, man.
Let me get that.
Man.
Oh man.
Chris, anything you want to add on before we head out?
Hey man, I just want to say happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Just in case I don't get to y'all Thursday, I may be missing in action because I may have my face buried in plates, and also, you know, what I'm saying, there's going to be some sports going on too, football games, probably some basketball, maybe too. So it's going to be a lot of things going on. I just tell everybody, man, enjoy your family, protect yourselves, protect other ones. You know what I'm saying, love one another. That's what it's all supposed to be about. And shoot, man, just be safe so y'all can make sure y'all there for Sunday when we and these Falcons dominate these New Orleans Saints and everything. Yeah, man. You gotta
we shall see.
Gotta put it out there, man. I'm not liking your energy. Not feeling your energy right now, Smith.
I'm sorry, man. They couldn't dominate the Cardinals.
Oh Lord.
It ain't there. All right.
God damn it.
Hey, E-Rock, we're gonna have you on again for the second game with the Saints, possibly. Okay. Depending on how the schedule pop up.
Yes, sir.
Depending on how the schedule pop up.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Well, it was definitely fun, man. And E-Rob, man, everything that you've accomplished, man. Again, congratulations from the beginning of the show, man. Keep being that standard, man. For sure, bro. We definitely respect and appreciate all your work. Thank you for taking time on this Tuesday night to rock with us, man. So you know you're a welcome guest here all the time. We'll shit talk through Twitter every so often. Yeah. But we love the company when you're here, brother, man. We definitely do, man. Go ahead, Smitty.
Before we go, E-Rob, man, get the people your Twitter account so they can tune into your spaces.
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter at _Eric_Robinson.
Yeah, that's what them spaces be lit.
Yeah, those spaces will be lit, man. Shout out to everybody to be in them too.
Man,
him a
lot. Man, God,
those are unfiltered spaces, bro.
You hear some of everything. I've heard every damn take I could possibly hear in them doggone spaces.
Yeah.
Man. That Spaces has been a gift and a curse to Twitter, to be honest.
Yep. There's a lot of people with open minds.
A lot of people in Spaces that probably shouldn't be in Spaces.
Yeah. They just took that as an open forum to speak. They're like, fuck this, it's me. I'm going in.
They opened the gate. Not everybody coming in now. Yep.
Oh, man.
Y'all already know Twitter is BET Uncut 2023.
Yeah. For real, man. For real. All right, we good? Everybody good?
Oh yeah,
we good, man.
Just hang out, man.
Y'all be
Don't mention
generational.
pumpkin pie. Don't mention pumpkin pie. We gonna be good.
Throw that away.
Sweet potato.
I am your host of the 95 North Falcons show, and that is the topic, or that is the forum on YouTube. You can also catch me on every Sunday and Monday. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead, brother.
Sweet potato or pumpkin? Which one? You on the line?
Sweet potato.
Sweet potato. Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
You.
Both.
What? He said either one, not both.
Look, man, I bet
you got to choose one.
Pumpkin, bro. I love
pumpkin
pie. I got nothing against sweet potato pie, brother. Pumpkin.
Go. I got the shakes one more time. Go and throw it up there again. One more time for the road.
Oh yeah, the curse is not working at the moment, so unfortunately,
okay. There we go.
The curse is not
there
working
we go.
It's been difficulties with the computer. Lord.
Oh man, yo, much love to you guys, man. But definitely, man.
Yeah, man. Before we get out of here, man. Now you want to put it up there after I don't start talking. But yeah, man. Y'all know where to find me, man. Smitty Sports Machine on YouTube, Spotify, sportsblog.com. Get back into writing, don't know yet. But man, look, this has been a great show. I know I got here late, power went out. Nothing I could do about that. But I did finally get on after fumbling with my Wi-Fi router, but yeah, man, y'all have a happy holiday, and I hope y'all enjoy family. And
Definitely.
I still be right here when y'all come back out after Thursday.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Get ready for the steel cage match on Sunday.
That's it, man.
The Saints.
All right, everybody, man. Until the next time, catch us Sunday post game after the Saints game, immediately after the game. You can catch these guys here, A1 and Chris, as the 95 North Sports Machine trio. I will be on Bleacher Report doing the post game reaction show with live analysts and in-depth takes. These guys will be holding it down here on YouTube, so please show them some love and
E-Rob, if you available after the game Sunday, come through.
Hey.
Okay, that's a bet.
Very cool. Very cool. All right, we'll leave it on that. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. We will see you guys on Sunday. Peace.